In traditional architecture, wiring producers directly to consumers via synchronous APIs creates a rigid web. As volume exponentially increases, these direct links fracture under load. To scale effectively, systems require architectural decoupling. Producers and consumers must operate independently to maintain throughput and low latency at scale. This is the engineering challenge Apache Kafka was built to solve. It operates as a distributed event streaming platform, sitting between the systems that generate data and the systems that process it. To understand how Kafka achieves fault tolerance, we have to trace a single piece of data through the 8-stage message lifecycle framework developed by Royal Research. Ultimately, a Kafka message functions as an optimized state machine designed to maintain durability across a decentralized network. The lifecycle begins at the edge of the network with event creation. An event is a measurable change in a system's state, like a user clicking a button or a microservice completing a database update. Before this event moves anywhere, it hits a mandatory validation gate known as the schema registry. The schema registry requires data producers and consumers to agree on a specific format. By enforcing compatibility at the point of entry, it prevents downstream data corruption. Once validated, the Kafka producer takes over. Its responsibility is to capture this event and transform it into a transport-ready message. This serialization process takes a JSON file, strips the formatting, and compresses it into a binary stream. The producer attaches metadata, a timestamp, and a unique key. A hashing algorithm applied to the key then routes the message to a designated partition. Before sending it over the wire, the producer checks its acknowledgement settings, or ACKs. This configuration manages the trade-off between latency and message durability by determining if the producer waits for confirmation from the server. By pushing serialization and schema validation to the edge of the network, the central architecture remains unburdened, focusing purely on rapid data transport. The serialized message leaves the producer and enters the Kafka cluster, arriving at a broker. This server is responsible for receiving and storing the data. To handle immense data loads, Kafka scales horizontally. It divides logical topics into multiple partitions and spreads them across several physical brokers. Incoming messages are strictly appended into sequential log segments. Bypassing complex search trees, Kafka uses sequential disk I/O for extreme write speeds. Chronological order is guaranteed within a single log. To protect data, the primary partition constantly copies its contents to identical replica logs. If the leader broker crashes, the cluster detects the failure immediately. It promotes one of the replicas to act as the new leader, maintaining availability. By treating data as an append-only log, Kafka reduces the processing overhead of complex data manipulation in favor of durable, high-speed storage. We now move to the egress side of the architecture, to the Kafka consumer. Traditional message queues often force data onto downstream services. Instead, Kafka uses a pull-based polling model. Consumers request new messages at their own pace, which prevents systemic overload. To scale the read process, instances are organized into consumer groups. Multiple consumers work in parallel, each reading from a different partition. The offset is a unique integer bookmark, tracking exactly which messages a consumer has extracted, advancing one block to the right. If a consumer fails, the rebalancing protocol reroutes the workload to an active node at the exact same offset marker. Once the data is pulled and deserialized, the consumer processes it. This can be handled in large batches to optimize resources, or processed continuously for low-latency streaming. The processing cycle concludes when the consumer acknowledges the work by committing its updated offset back to the broker. Kafka does not delete a message immediately after it is consumed. Instead, the cluster uses configured retention policies to manage disk space. Administrators can purge old logs based on time and size thresholds, or use compaction to retain only the most recent state for any given key. By tracking consumption with offsets rather than deleting read data, independent systems can replay the same data stream simultaneously without degrading performance. This decentralized network shows the pipeline in harmony: producer validation, partition routing, immutable storage, and offset-tracked consumer processing. Isolating state transformation from data transport allows scaling to millions of events per second. This structural clarity is the basis of the 8-stage Kafka message lifecycle model presented by Royal Research. Understanding this full lifecycle is necessary to prevent bottlenecks and data loss in production environments. Use this model to optimize configurations, decouple legacy systems, and build resilient data pipelines.